Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing? It is 1:57 a.m. and I feel like I've had the strangest day today. Like, not strange as in like another world or something, but a whole new world. But like strange as in, it's so weird too that I just saw that movie for the first time with Alex. But strange as in, like, nothing that I thought I was going to get done today, I got done, and my day did not go the direction that I thought it was going to go whatsoever. So yeah, so Alex went to work today, and then he got done at like 4 o'clock. And then he drove to Chicago to go, so he's been hanging out with his friend up there that he went to college with. And there was like 4 of them in college. Like me and my friends, Alex had like 4 college friends that they all hung out. And now they're all over the place. One of them still lives here, one lives in Chicago. Alex lives here, then the other one lives in, I think he's in Denver now. I just got this, so I made this birthday video for Alex with Alex's mom. And I got a video from him, and I think he's in Denver. Well, I got a video from all of them. But, so anyway, because Alex's mom is flying in, well, in 1 minute. She gets into Chicago O'Hare at 1 a.m., which is 2 a.m. our time. And, yeah, she's been in Europe for like 2.5, 3 weeks or something like that. So she's coming home tonight. And he said he would pick her up because Liliana and the kids and Alex's grandma took her to Chicago when she flew out. It's like so much cheaper to fly out of Chicago than it is to fly out of Indianapolis, apparently. And so she flew out of Chicago. And a lot of people take like the mega bus up there because it's like $30. It's like this really, really nice, like, you know, mega bus. And it's like super fast to get to Chicago. But I've never gone to Chicago and flown out that way. But I've never looked to see if the price difference is a whole lot either. I don't know. My head is killing me right now. I just took some Aleve and I'm going to get a Diet Coke because I think I need some caffeine because my head is killing me. It's kind of a weird pressure too. Like when I get migraines, I usually get them in the front of my head, but this is like almost kind of like behind my ears. It's weird. It almost feels like kind of like an allergy headache if you've ever had them before, you know? It's like weird. I mean, it is becoming fall, so it's 63 degrees outside tonight. It's kind of chilly. I brought a long sleeve shirt because I'm going to stay up until Alex gets home because I just want to make sure that he gets home on the interstate safely. You know, it's interesting how like one thing can like completely change your perspective, and you know, ever since Alex's friend was in the car accident, it's like I'm not comfortable like not knowing if my husband gets somewhere safely on the interstate anymore, you know. But so I'm gonna stay up until he gets home. So he'll be home about, oh god, he'll be home at like between 5:30 and 6. Well, so today, well, that's fine because I'm gonna listen to my audiobook. So today my plan was to get up and to film a bunch of videos, and I was going to do a live stream tonight, and I was going to hang out with my friend and his daughter that's in, you know, the one that moved back here, and all this kind of stuff. And because Tanya was going to some concert, she and Eric went to some country. She sent me all these pictures from her like out in the field at the concert place. But Tanya's like tried to master the art of the selfie forever, so she always sends me these pictures, and it's so funny because you can tell like she's super self-conscious, and I've like tried to teach her how to do it, and then she'll always be like, is this right? Do I look better here? She looked cute in the picture. So she had like a flowery shirt, like, and it was like, she dresses so kind of cute bohemian anyway, but it was like kind of bohemian, and then she had on this like this it was kind of like a cowboy hat, but not really a cowboy hat. It was like a straw cowboy hat, but anyway, she looked cute. So she said she's gonna wear her jean shorts and her cowboy boots. So, yeah, I didn't have like anything to do tonight. Well, my friend texted me and he was like, we're gonna go to an improv show. His daughter and he were gonna go. They were in Bloomington all day long visiting friends in Bloomington, which is where Indiana University is. And he was like, do you want to meet up later? We're going to go to this improv thing, and then we're going to go to, so he and I used to go to Waffle House, like, all the time, okay? And, I mean, literally, like, 3-4 nights a week. And he was like, do you want to go to Waffle House later with, you know, me and my daughter, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, because she's here, I think, until, like, right when I leave to go to Las Vegas, and then she goes to college. So, I was like, yeah, sure, text me. Well, I was going to do a live stream, so I said, text me later. I'm probably not going to go to the improv show. But when you get done, let me know what you're doing. Well, okay, this day just got so screwed up. So, and just for no reason whatsoever. I got up early, I let the dogs out, I did all this kind of stuff, and I was like sitting there, and I was going through all this stuff, just bills, crap, and, you know, bills. You ever just sit there and you, like, look at these bills, and you're just like, oh my God, it was just all this stupid stuff, right? So, I'm, like, looking at all this stuff, and working on that a little bit, and then I had to call the vet, because I swear to God, this med stuff, it's like, I feel like every week I'm calling for them to call in the prescriptions. Well, what happened was, I don't know if I've actually talked about this on here. I think I have, but she wanted to try the Spiro, whatever that drug is, I don't know how to pronounce it, for like 3 or 4 weeks. And she was hoping that that would take away the cough. And that was also for something to do with the kidney disease. And so she was like, well, let's see, and then we'll take him off of the Lasix, the Salix. I guess it's Salix, not Lasix, and I've been calling it Lasix all this time, like the eye surgery, it's Salix. So she was like, we'll take him off of Salix, we'll put him on this whatever one, and then hopefully that'll help, and then we can put him on this new diet. Okay, I spent, you guys, like $50 on this food, and I bought him 4 cans of the pate, which is literally just smells straight up like sweet potato pie. I mean, it smells good. Like, in the kitchen, like when I'm like putting it out, the kitchen smells good. And then I bought an entire case of the stew. He hates the stew, and he loves the pate. So, but the pate is like really thick, and so like I have to cut it up, and then like he'll eat it, and he'll eat like maybe like a half a cup, and then he walks away. And then he goes and checks out Boo and Tucker's plates to see what they got. And then he comes back, and then he eats maybe a couple more pieces, and then I have to put it up. And then like an hour later, he wants a little bit more. And then when I just left right now, I put it back down for him because Boo and Tucker are in their crate, so he can eat it and they won't bother him. The other day, I put down their plates of food, and I literally, the time it took me to walk from, this is why we separate them, okay? So from the time it took me to walk from the kitchen to the garage to throw this box away and to come, oh, no. And then I had to put I think I went all the way out to the street corner because I got the mail, and then, or the driveway. I got the mail, and then I threw this box away in the trash can out there. The time that it took me to do that, which was probably less than a minute and a half, Tucker had eaten his, finished his food and gone in the kitchen and was eating pee-pees. And, like, if anybody, like, comes for Boo Radley's food, he kind of, like, is like, he, like, is real guarded about it. But Boo and Tucker and Pee-Pee eat off of each other's plates. So he went in there and ate all of Pee-Pee's foods. I didn't know how much Pee-Pee had. I had to go in there. Now we're down to, like, 1 can of the pate. So I'm going to have to go in this week and get some more pate. Well, okay, this is what happened. So, he was on this new medicine, the Spiro something. I'm so dying for a Diet Coke, and I went this direction. I'm gonna go turn around, and then I'm gonna go get a Diet Coke. Oh shoot, did I not bring my change? I had all my change laying out on the counter. This is what I'm talking about, okay? Like, I had this, like, box, so I was putting all this change in today. It was like this, what do you call it? Like a bank, you know? Like a little bank. And it was this real nice bank that somebody had sent me, and I've never used it, and it's been sitting out in the garage, and so I was like, I'm gonna start using this. And I started putting the change in there, and all of these, like, rock hard rubber bands you know, like when rubber bands are real old and they get rock hard, they were like in the middle, and then I had to take all the change out, and then I was so upset and I was so frustrated with the whole thing. And then I had my change that, like, laid out to the side to get my Diet Coke, and I tossed it back in there. I don't know. So anyway, but I took it out again, and it must have been sitting right there on the counter when I walked out with my black long sleeve shirt. I am all over the place today in my head. I don't know why. Because I've been so into this book today. This is the problem, was this stupid book, Little Monsters by Kara Thomas. Okay. And Helter Skelter, because I've been going back between the two all day long. So, I get up, and, well, okay, anyway, so I had to call the vet to talk to her about the medicine, but I never, like, you don't, you know, when you call, you don't get the vet, you get the receptionist, and they're so nice there, you know, but, like, everything has to be run by the vet, and it's like, so, you know, by that point, it's like, I don't know, Friday at 11 or 12, and I think the vet was probably like getting ready to be gone for the day, because I never heard back from them. So I called and I said, oh, so this was the deal. She said if we were going to try it for 3 or 4 weeks, and if the cough didn't stop, then we were going to put him back on the Salix with this Spiro, whatever drug. I can't remember what this new drug did. It did something like, it was supposed to be a drug that's also for like kidney disease too. And since Pee-Pee's not retaining fluid, she wasn't too worried about it, because the Salix is the one that makes him like pee a lot. So it's supposed to like get a lot of fluid out. But she was like, he's not retaining fluid anyway, so I'm not really worried about it right now, because that's usually like how dogs die, I guess, of kidney disease, is that they retain a lot of fluid. And so she was like, let's, you know, she was like, I want to put him back on the Salix too, because we've got to get rid of the cough. And I was like, okay. And he's not coughing a lot. Like, I would say every day he coughs. You know, whereas before, there would be like 2 or 3 days where he wasn't coughing at all. Well, there was a day, a couple days ago, where he didn't cough at all. Not one time. And I was at home almost the entire day, except for when I vlogged. Today, he coughed like twice. And both of them were in the evening. And it was when we were in bed. So I don't know. And it wasn't bad. It's the cough is exactly the same as it was when it started. So it's kind of hard for me to, like, she's always like, is it getting worse? Is it getting better? And I'm like, it's exactly the same as it was when he first got the cough. I don't really know how to determine if it's better or if it's worse. You know, I just don't want him to be in any pain. But he seems completely fine. He's running around the yard and barking at everything out there, and the birds and the neighbors, and he seems completely fine. So she wanted him on both of the drugs now. So now Pee-Pee is on Vetmedin, Anapril, the Salix, and he's also on, I mean, this is unreal, right? A dog on four meds. And now he's on this Spiro, whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. But anyway, because she's convinced that that will, like, take the cough away. And he's been doing that now for 3 or 4 days. Well, we're almost out of that, so I had to call the vet today. And so I called the vet, and I talked to the woman. She was real nice. And she was like, okay, I'll have the vet. She was like, I'll check with the vet, and then we'll call those in. But I never heard to see if they were called in. So I don't know. I'm just going to go there tomorrow and see if I can pick them up. The pharmacy is usually pretty cool about that. They usually will give us a couple to get us through the weekend if we don't. And I think we have enough to get through the weekend anyway, so it'll be fine. And I'm sure on Monday it'll be called in. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. And then, but it was just stuff like that. Do you guys ever just have like one thing after another like that? Like, I had all these things I had to, you know, stuff I had to take care of. And I still haven't taken my car to get my oil changed, and I keep on meaning to do that. I'm gonna turn around. I don't know why I'm gonna turn around up here. I don't know why I drove all the way over here. But anyway, oh, and the other thing is, I didn't charge my battery after I made my videos today, so I have the battery. I have this battery in my bag, which I'm not even sure. I think I charged it and put it in there earlier, but I'm not sure, so it could be a dead battery. And then, I don't know who is texting me, but, and then I have the battery in my camera. So if this is the only battery that I have, I've already filmed like 3 or 4 videos on this, which means that this is going to be a real short vlog. Okay, actually, which way do I want to turn around? I'll turn around over here. So anyway, I let the dogs out for like a long time, and then like this was at like 11:30 or 12 after I got that stuff done and everything. And I took them back upstairs, and I was kind of like making the bed and cleaning up the bed and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, I was like, I'm gonna lay down for like 20 more minutes. What is that, Peter Monn? 2 o'clock is when I woke up, and like, ah! And I'm all like freaked out that I woke up at like 2 o'clock, right? Valerie. So then I got up, and then I had all these things, of course, that I wanted to get done today. I had all these errands that I wanted to run, and I was like, you know what? Okay, so this was the thing, was like, I knew that Alex wasn't, because he was going straight to Chicago. So I was like, well, I have like the whole afternoon and evening, you know, like he's not gonna be home at like 6, so I can get all this kind of stuff done. I'm not on any kind of time schedule or anything like that. So I get in my car and I go get my coffee, and I'm like, I start running these errands, and then I am listening to my audiobook, and I look, and I have 2 hours left of this audiobook, which is really an hour, right? I had like 2 hours and 3 minutes, so that's like an hour, because I listened to it at 2 times speed. This is The Little Monsters by Kara Thomas. And I was like, well, I'm just going to finish this book. So, why is it getting so dark all of a sudden? That's weird. So, I'm driving around, and I'm listening to, hold on a second, she's texting me about it. And I'm listening to this book, and then I'm like, I'm finishing this book. I'm like, this book is so good, I'm finishing this book. And then I got done with that, which I'll talk about that book in just a second. I was listening to Helter Skelter. I hate autocorrect. Valerie's like, is this a PP and Peter's bachelor weekend? So, okay, Little Monsters by Kara Thomas, so good. Another one of those missing girl books, but kind of a little bit different, kind of a little more true crime-ish, actually. It really, the ending of it, I would say like the last quarter of it, really reminded me of the Shanda Shear case that happened in Madison, Indiana. Aphrodite Jones wrote the book that was called Cruel Sacrifice. And it was about these 4 girls that killed this 14-year-old girl, Shanda Shear. And they're all out of prison now. It was in 1999. I told her I'm vlogging, and she's, Valerie, when you're watching this, I told you I was vlogging, sweetheart, and you keep on texting me. My husband does this to me all the time too. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm vlogging. And then he'll like keep on texting me, and I'm like, I'm vlogging. So what was I gonna say? Okay, so it was so good. I was like so into this book, and I was like, if she wants to go to the casino for an hour, I'll meet her at the casino for an hour, because I have to wait for Alex to get up get home anyway, and that's gonna be, you know, 4 hours or something, but it's a little late to go to the casino. But anyway, yeah, it's one of these missing girl. It's about this girl, and she moves to Broken Falls, Wisconsin, and then one of her like really good friends goes missing after a party, and then there's like 5 characters, and you don't really know who did it. It's a really well concocted mystery suspense. I was real impressed with it. I will say that I thought at the end there would be a twist, and there kind of wasn't, and I was kind of disappointed in that. Like, I'm always really disappointed when an author writes like a really great thriller mystery and they don't throw in, like, I don't know, maybe it's kind of like a cheap shot, and so they feel like, no, I'm not going to do that, like, in the last page. But Karen McManus, that I just read, Two Can Keep a Secret, like, she did that, and it was so good. I was like, yes, like, right at the end. I mean, you know, it's kind of like when you're watching RuPaul's Drag Race and they do a reveal, which reveals people have been doing for drag pageants and years and years and years, but you know what I'm talking about, like when you're watching like that and they do like a wig reveal or something like that. I mean, it's kind of like that when you're reading this mystery book, and at the last second you're like, oh, did she just do that? Like, I didn't see that coming. You know what I mean? Like, I like that. Well, I expected that in this book, because hold on a second, I'm pulling in the post office so I can see what Valerie is saying to me. Valerie. So yeah, I read that, and then I finished that, and then I was listening to Helter Skelter, and then I wanted to start a new book, and I didn't really know what book to start, and I started listening to Lock Every Doors, because then I was like, I just want to keep on listening to books all day. And then I was like, I really had wanted to make videos when I got up today. I had all my videos planned out and everything like that. But then I kind of was like, I just want to drive and listen to audiobooks. And so I started listening to Riley Sager's Lock Every Door, but I got like 2 minutes into it, and I'm like, I'm really not in the mood to listen to this right now. So I saw that Mel was finishing up American Predator, which is the book that we're reading for the book club this month about Isaac Keyes, a serial killer. So I started listening to that, and if that didn't just screw up my mind completely, because now I'm listening to 2 true crime books at the same time, Helter Skelter, which I said the other day is what I shouldn't be doing, and now I'm doing that. I'm listening to, but it's only 9 hours and some minutes long, so I'll have it done like in a couple days. But I'm listening to that book, and then Helter Skelter. Oh, Helter Skelter is really interesting. I kind of like, it's different than I thought it would be, and I really, really like it. I really enjoy it. So yeah, I did that, and then I came home, and I feel like I did something else. I uploaded, I made my booktube, I did a book review of Kara Thomas's book, and then I did a review video of this Funko Pop mystery box that I got on Amazon, and then I uploaded that was my review video, and then I did my vlog. Oh, and what happened was, by that point it was so late, I didn't really have a drama video that I was going to make today. I mean, there wasn't really anything that was that exciting that was going to happen, and I was like, I was going to do a Q&A or something, and I thought, well, it's kind of late for that, and I just thought, well, I'll just post a video tomorrow. So, and then, it was starting to get dark outside, and I didn't even realize how late it was. It was like 8 o'clock, and I hadn't even started filming my Peterisms video, so I was like, well, I'll just skip today, and I'll just do it tomorrow, because if I had filmed it and got it done, it would have got up about 10:30, and then that was like really late, so I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow. And then I was like, I'm gonna lay down for a little bit. Oh, I sat there and I was just kind of relaxing, and I started watching that show on Bravo, that Alex's Friend. Somebody made a comment on my video the other day. I love when like people that don't like me, do I call them my haters? Of course. I said this on my review channel today, and somebody like sent me a message and said I loved your attitude about it, but it's true, you know? I said in there, I said, you know, like, you gotta have haters if you're gonna have lovers, but it's really the truth. I mean, the truth. I mean, for everything, there's like, you know, an equal and opposite, you know, positive and negative force to everything. So, I mean, I'm not stupid. I know that I have haters out there, but it's interesting how they comment on my vlog. It's like, it's always kind of a little ambiguous. So it's kind of like, I read the comment and I'm like, well, was that like a hateful comment? Or was that like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy. Like, like people always say to me, like, how do you deal with all of the hate? And I'm like, you know what? Like, it's not really, I don't see a lot of it. Like, you know, in I just don't get a lot of it. I mean, like, there was a time that I kind of did, but I just don't really anymore. And if I do, it's more critical, or it's like a criticism. It's not really, like, I don't know. Like, I've read the comment sections of some people's videos, and I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I don't even know how they read those comment sections. But I think at some point you become kind of immune to it, right? But somebody commented at the end. Somebody commented the other day when I was talking about my friend, when I was talking about Alex's friend Nina that we met at Saks, okay, or I met at Saks for the first time. And I said, my husband's really good friend who I met, and they commented on the video and they said, Alex's really good friend who Peter has never met before. Do y'all live in a one-street town? I mean, do you know everybody that your partner knows? Like, my husband's in marketing, okay? He works in Indianapolis. He goes to a lot of places and does a lot of things with music festivals. He has a lot of friends that I have never met before in my entire life, as do I. He doesn't know half the people that I would say are my dear, heartfelt friends of life and sobriety. My husband has no clue who they are. He's never met them because he's not in that circle, you know? So just like I've never met her because, like, she's like a business friend of his. But it's not like they're good Judies, like, every day. I didn't mean it like that. And they go hang out, but whatever. Piss off. People, like, get so upset about stuff like that. You know, it's like, it kind of cracks me up. But anyway, he did go to her premiere party for it in Carmel. So, although I will say this, it was kind of funny. I was watching the show tonight, and at the beginning of it, she's talking about Carmel, Indiana, which is actually where I grew up and Alex grew up. We both went to Carmel High School. And they called it the Beverly Hills of the Midwest. Okay, Nina, I love you, but I don't know that Indianapolis is anywhere near the Beverly Hills of the Midwest. I'm just saying, okay? And the one house that they actually showed on there was the mansion of the guy that, I think it's the guy who owned the Lucas Oil Stadium here in town, which is where the Colts play. That's like the one house they showed. I mean, yes, there are many, many, many $5 to $10 million homes on the north side of Indianapolis that are on compounds that are gorgeous, right? And there's a lot of money in Indiana. But, like, let's just be for real. It's not the Beverly Hills, okay? Like, our fashion mall up here, which is probably the nicest mall that we have in Indianapolis. I'm about to drive by it right now because we would live real close to it. We don't have any, I mean, we have a Saks and we have a Nordstrom, and that's about as high-end as it gets. We have a Burberry in there. What else is high-end in there? There's a Burberry. I think that's it. There's no Chanel. There's no, like, the Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci. It's all inside of Saks. You know, it's like we are not the Beverly Hills of the Midwest. I mean, maybe some, like the Gold Coast in Chicago. Now, maybe that would be the Beverly Hills of the Midwest. I think my friend actually said that the other day. But anyway, but the show is really, really good. Well, what's interesting to me is that I watched the show. It's an hour long. It's on Bravo. It's called Flipping Exes. And so she and her ex-boyfriend, they flip houses, and she's also a realtor. I also know the girl that, like, it's so funny. Like, there were so many people that were in it. Okay, so Courtney, that I went to that Rev thing with, that was in my vlog that one night, she's in, like, an episode. She goes to, like, an open house showing. And I was like, I texted Alex, I was like, there's Courtney's in this show. And he was like, you didn't know that? And I was like, no, I mean, she just literally walks in the house. It's like, she's in it for 2 seconds. But, and he was like, don't you remember last year Nina was like texting us left and right to be in it, because they would do these open houses, and then she'd say, like, you guys should come to the open house and then you'll be in the show, right? So we could have, like, done a walkthrough, like we were gonna buy the house and we would have been in the show, and everybody would have been like, oh my God, that's Peter Monn from that stupid drama channel, and he's gonna buy a house on the show Flipping Exes. But anyway, she is actually really, really good at what she does. She takes these houses and then she completely flips them around, and she did this one in Woodruff Place, which is a historic district, and it's really a cool neighborhood. My friend that I got sober with, I've talked about him on here before, that was one of the original outlaws in Indiana, the biker gang, and then he and I became very, very good friends, and he was a painter, sculptor, and he was just a really cool guy. He lived in Woodruff Place, and I used to go over there and visit he and his wife a lot when I first got sober with him. But it's a historic district, and so she bought this house. They bought a house for $103,000, and then I can't remember. I think they added like $122,000, but then they sold it. Like, they listed it for $500, and they sold it for $4 something, and they ended up making like $177,000 off this flip, which I thought was pretty good, right? But anyway, I was really intrigued by the show. I thought the show was really good, and yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. You should go check it out. If you want to see where my town I live, I mean, half the neighborhoods that I drive down every single night are in there. I mean, she shows this house in Meridian Kessler. I drive by Meridian Kessler probably 3 out of the 7 nights that I vlog of the week. I'm driving down right by where she talked about. Like, I could drive right by there right now and show you the house that she's talking about, or that she shows. She sells a house in there. But it was interesting to me, like, they talk about Carmel at the beginning of it, but, like, Carmel's not even in it. Like, she picks him up, and I think he must live, like, on the south, like, he must live downtown, like, south of downtown a little bit, because of where she picks him up, it looks like. And then they flip this house in Woodruff Place, which is downtown, and, I mean, kind of, it's, like, a little bit south of downtown, and then she sells this house in Meridian Kessler, which is downtown. I mean, it's, like, between Midtown and downtown. There's nothing about it that's about Carmel, so I don't even know why they referenced it at the beginning of the show. It made no sense to me. But she's good on the show. She's real good. And I have to say, like, when I met her, we stood there and talked for 10 or 15 minutes. She's exactly like she is on the show in person. She's exactly that. And very smart on the show. I was really impressed with what she did. She's so visionary with how she goes in and she flips his houses and stuff like that. I think there must be an art to that. I wouldn't know what to do. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, you should go check it out. It's called Flipping Exes, and it's on Bravo. And, I mean, it's a little bit about her life, but not so much. It's really about them just flipping and selling houses. So it's kind of like one of those, you know, it kind of reminds me a little bit of like that Millionaire Listing, or Millionaire, what's it called? The ones in New York City, do you know what I'm talking about? Where they sell the houses. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Except it goes in and it's more like HGTV, where it shows like it does these, it reminds me, I can't remember what the show is. I think it's a show. I used to be obsessed with this show, and I think it was on Country Music Television or some channel like that. And it was these, have you guys seen this show? Okay, 2 of the shows I used to be obsessed with, I literally watched all the time. I kind of go through phases. Like, I went through a long Family Feud phase. I'm kind of over that. I'm kind of really tired. It's just like all of his jokes are bad after a while. I mean, at first I'd just be like, I thought all of his jokes were completely funny, and now I think they're all corny as hell. And I just can't really even stomach to watch Family Feud anymore, but I used to love it. But before that, I used to watch the show, I think it's called The Great American Escape, maybe, and it was where, like, they would show people's RVs, and they were, like, these luxury RVs. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I was obsessed with this show. I was literally obsessed. And the other one was, I can't remember what it's called, but it's where somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about. I know somebody else out there is obsessed with this show as well, so put it in the comment section below. But it's where, like, there's 2 different teams of 2 people, and they go to like a swap meet, which I love going to like swap meets or like county fairs or anything. And then they have like so much money, like $100 or $200 or whatever, to buy like 2 or 3 pieces of furniture. And then they have to redo the furniture or like repurpose it. And then they have to sell it. And then whoever makes the most money is the one that wins. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Don't even ask me why I'm obsessed with this show, because I have not one idea of how to like, or one clue on how to like repurpose anything. My neighbor, she is so funny, the new one that moved in. So she like has a what do you call it, like a craft, I don't know where it's, I don't even understand what she's talking about, but like she has this place like once a month that she goes to, and it's like this big, like not a swap meet but somewhere, and she sells like repurposed furniture. Her stuff is absolutely gorgeous. It's, I mean, she buys a wood chair with one leg and she turns it into like, I mean, the most amazing chair you've ever seen in your entire life. But anyway, so she's always in her garage. She's always like staining and repurposing furniture. And I said to her something about, I was like, yeah, we want to redo our kitchen cabinets. And I was like, she was like, well, what do you want to redo your kitchen cabinets with? And I said, well, I would really like, we either want to go really light. The thing is, we have all dark wood in our house. And I said, I'd really like to like keep it all dark wood, or my aunt and uncle used to have these like in their kitchen cabinets. They used to have, it's kind of hard to explain, so don't think I'm crazy when I say this. Alex just texted me something, I can't see what he's texting me, but kind of like this mossy green, and I thought it would be really cool for our kitchen, but it probably wouldn't work. We gotta get rid of these stupid Formica countertops too. We gotta get some, I don't know, I wanna get concrete, although I heard it's a mess to keep up, but not granite, concrete, if you guys don't, or not concrete, cement, do you know what I'm talking about? Countertops, if you've seen it, it's very cool when it's done well. So anyway, so she's like, oh, I can teach you how to do that, and all you do is you take off all the cabinet doors, and then you wash them down, and she's like, you have to wash them down like 4 times, and she was like, there's a special stuff you wash, and she's like, you have no idea how dirty your kitchen cabinets are until you start washing them down. And I was like, really? And she's like, oh yeah, you have absolutely no idea. She was like, how dirty stuff gets. And I was like, and she was like, and then you leave them off for like 2 or 3 days, and you clean them each day, and then she was like, then you go in and you prime them, and then I was like, oh my, no man, and I'd just be hiring somebody to do all that kind of stuff. I did ask my cousin the other day, I was like, for a bunch of names for stuff, to get all this stuff done. So we're kind of moving in that direction. I was actually going to come through Dunkin' Donuts today, and I was going to, it's right here, I'm going to drive in here and see if they have anything new. I heard they have a Kit Kat Coffee. Can you even imagine a Kit Kat coffee? Doesn't that sound so good? I'm not a big Dunkin' Donuts fan. I know people love them. Oh my God, Boston Market. I love Boston Market's macaroni and cheese. Okay, we're gonna exit only. We're gonna drive around here. So yeah, I watched that show. It was really good. Is he texting me? Traffic. Oh. They're like stuck in traffic. That's weird. Why would there be traffic coming back from Chicago on a Friday night? Hershey's candy. Oh my God, there's so many of them. They do have it. Okay, the Hershey's cookies and cream, Heath bar, medium lattes, $2, 2 to 6 p.m. for cappuccinos. They have a Kit Kat Culotta. Hershey's cookies and cream coffee and espresso, Heath coffee and espresso. I'm coming and getting one of these. Choose your chill. What's all that? Frozen lemonade. Oh snap, we're out. It says cotton candy culotta. That sounds good. Cosmic strawberry culotta. I'll take 2 bagels with cream cheese spread. Thank you very much. What is that? 2 egg wrap. That looks good. Hershey's candy flavors inside culotta. Is a culotta though like a coffee, or I maybe need to start coming. Okay, here it is. Culotta. Strawberry, vanilla bean, raspberry, cotton candy, grape, pineapple. A large is 840 calories. Are you kidding me? Oh my God, a small is 420 calories. Ooh, an iced Americano, a large is 15 calories. I could do that. Do you guys like Dunkin' Donuts more? Should I try some Dunkin' Donuts? I guess I should probably try. Personalize your beverage. I want to kind of like know what they have so when I come through here, I know what I want. Frozen chocolate. Those are almost less calories than the culottes. What exactly, is a culotta like a slushie? I'm so confused. Yeah, and you know what's so weird about this? They have all this stuff. They have bagels and egg sandwiches and culottas and frozen chocolates and cold brews and Kula lattes and macchio cappuccinos and hot chocolate teas and all kinds of stuff. And this very little small thing right there, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, okay? Aren't you about donuts? Wouldn't it be so funny if they were recording me this whole time? Why does it not say what kind? They're the special. Oh, there it is. Okay. Kit Kat Culotta. A small is 570 calories. Are you kidding me? Well, guess you got to do it for the review. I'm never going to get skinny. I mean, that's just the truth of the nature. Of course, the one I want is the most fattening one, right? He texted me back before I started driving. He didn't. Oh, he's literally in stopped traffic. He's stuck. Oh God, he is like literally like the road. It's just stopped. It's like stopped in traffic on the way to O'Hare. He hasn't even gotten her yet. So 3. They're not gonna get home till like 7 in the morning. He's gonna sleep all day tomorrow. I was like, what if I was like, I'm thirsty. Where's my drink? And I was like, I haven't gotten it yet. What's going on? Melissa always says, what just happened? What just happened? Oh, here I was waiting for this car to come and they're turning. Dream. So anyway, and then I laid down tonight. I was like, I'm just gonna lay down for a little bit. Have you ever had the blondie with ice cream? Do they still have that at Applebee's? It is so good. Why am I talking so much about food? But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna lay down for a little bit and then I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do a live stream. And I laid down at 10 o'clock, I think it was 10 o'clock, and I set my alarm for 11:15, and I was gonna do like a live stream from like 11:30 to like 12:15 or 12:30, and then I was gonna do like 45 minutes or an hour. And I was real excited about it, and then I was going to like come out and vlog. And then by then I thought, well, my friend will probably be back from the improv show and all that kind of stuff, and then we can hang out. They must have gone to bed because they texted me while I was asleep. So I totally woke up and I was like, it was like 1:15, and I was like, oh. Alex laughs because I do this thing, okay? When the alarm goes off. So I set 2 alarms on my phone, 2 or 3 alarms, sometimes 5 on my phone. But then I also bought an alarm clock, probably while I was vlogging one night. I bought it, I bought it for the pageant because I was so terrified I wouldn't get up in the mornings for the pageant. And it's like one of those, it's like one of those alarms, and I have it across the room, so I have to actually get out of bed. But I go over there, I'm like, and I hit that thing, right? And then I roll back into bed and I go, because of course all 3 dogs are in bed with me, right? And I say, 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. I always just say 5 more minutes, right? And what's so funny is the dogs know what that means, right? Like Pee-Pee comes and he sleeps right by my side, and then Tucker like goes, like when I say 5 more minutes, it's like they all go right back to where they were before. It's so funny. And then the alarm goes off again and I go, 5 more minutes, 5 more minutes. And then they like all go right back to where they were before. It's so cute. But Alex is like, these dogs know outside, treat, food, dinner, house, hotel, kisses, and 5 more minutes. Like, this is the language that they speak. So needless to say, I got up and I was like, it is too late to do a live stream. I know most of these people that are in my live streams are not up at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night. Or if they are, they're not wanting to watch a live stream. So I was like, well, and then I went down to the computer and just was screwing around, looking on Audible, and you know how it is. I did sit there, I just waste time. This is why I don't like to get on my phone or the computer. I like to just, I listen to my audiobook and just kind of sit there and relax and, you know, or whatever. I was trying to like look through the IKEA catalog today. Can somebody tell me why IKEA, do they not sell king size sheets? All their sheets are like single, like for a twin or like a double. Their sheet prices though are really realistic. I'm getting contacted by people to review the most craziest stuff you've ever heard of in your entire life from my review channel. Did I say this on here last night? I'm getting contacted by a lot. Well, the reason I thought of that was because somebody contacted me. They want me to review their sheets. And I was like, okay, I'm down with that. And so they're going to send me some sheets to review, which I thought was kind of an interesting review that they asked me to do. But I was like, I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of different, you know? And y'all know I love my sheets. So I love my bed. It's a safe place. So, I was like, my boss used to say that back in the day. I don't know, I've always remembered that. She used to always be like, my bed is my safe space, I love it. So I was like, okay, that'll be cool. Yeah. I'm so thirsty. Oh, they better not. Oh, she better hadn't. Have you seen Hairspray? I love Hairspray. The original, of course. There's only one Hairspray to me. Oh, she better hadn't. I thought the lane was closed. No, but like this is the greenest grass in the entire world at McDonald's because they constantly have their sprinklers on.
Thanks, McDonald's. Can I help you?
Yeah, can I get a large Diet Coke, please?
Okay, 109. Can be good.
Thank you. Okay.
Alright, second window.
Okay. She said 109, cash only. They usually say we're only accepting cash only when you go through there. Hold on a second. Because Yeah, I'm just gonna give her a dime. What is another quarter? She's like, is he coming? Yeah, I'm coming. Woo! Next one. She's going like this and she's telling me to move on. How are you? I was like, is this a dime? My eyesight's so bad, I'm sorry. Thank you. Have a good one. You know what? I think it's safe to say that I can clean out this thing and take out the all those things that I have to mount my camera, since I have the, I was gonna say the jelly bean, since I have the jelly bean now. I should actually review this thing, this bean bag. I should review it for my review channel, shouldn't I? Because it's fantastic. Just got her. We're leaving the airport. I can't tell. This tastes like a Coke, not a Diet Coke. She gave me a Coke. Yeah, I'm gonna be rude, but I can't do that. That's super sugary. She's gonna think I'm rude. Sorry, but is she there? She's not there. I'm gonna make sure that I'm right. This tastes like Coke. Did she push the button on it? She didn't push the thing. Is she back in there? I always feel bad, and then like I say to my friends, I'm like, I feel so bad, you know, like asking the waitress for this or whatever, and they're like, why do you feel bad? You didn't do anything wrong. I think this is a Coke, not a Diet Coke.
You want Diet Coke?
Yeah, did I say, I'm sorry.
So Diet Coke?
Yeah, Diet Coke, thank you. You guys, that was literally the spookiest thing that ever happened in my, I don't even know what happened. That was so scary, you guys. I don't know, maybe there was something wrong with my camera. I hope I don't need a new camera. I literally was driving out of the McDonald's and it just like blacked out. That was the weirdest thing. Okay, I'm so completely spooked by that. Well, it either stopped recording before that. I mean, I literally looked and all of a sudden it just went fade to black. It was the weirdest thing. God, that was so creepy. It wasn't like the battery died. It was like the camera just died, like it was done. But now it's recording, so I don't understand. Well, anyway, if it didn't show this part, I went back and I got my Diet Coke. So when I was doing my review the other day for the Burger King Impossible Whopper, I seriously hope something's not wrong with my camera. I don't want to have to buy another camera. I wear the hell out of stuff. I really, really do. Can I just tell you? I mean, I have gone through computers and cameras. I was looking at my cabinet tonight. I have those two Sony Alpha cameras. Well, one of them I think I sent back. But the one is sitting right there when you open it. It's the very first Sony Alpha 5000 that I ever had, and I loved that camera while I used it. But, you know, like, do you remember I had all those problems with cameras and I ended up having to get a new camera? Somebody asked me the other day, they said, I love when I get questions like this. Oh my God, now the battery is about to die. Now the battery just started flashing. Somebody asked me the other day, they said, about their husband wanting to start a YouTube channel, and what kind of camera do I have? I have the Canon G7S Mach 2. And I swear by it. And a lot of YouTubers have it. And it's a great vlogging camera because the screen flips up. So when I'm looking at it, it looks like I'm looking at you instead of to the side. Like if you film on your phone or if you film with one of those that goes to the side, then it looks like I'm looking over here. Or it looks like I'm looking over here. It doesn't look like I'm looking at the camera. I've got to turn in somewhere and change this battery. I cannot believe this is happening. And I have to tell you that I think the other battery is dead. So this might be the end of the vlog. It's the end of the vlog as we know it, and I feel fine. I don't know why I never thought of that before, but that is going to be the theme song to the end of my vlog. And there's literally no place to turn in here. Well, I guess right here. There's literally no place. Oh, I guess right here. But it's like this office building, and there's like a car there, and I don't know. What if that car is like a serial killer? Okay. I mean, it's a minivan, so why wouldn't it be? Lock the door. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, now let's hope that, hoping and praying, let's pray that that this battery is so hot. Oh, it's not, it's flashing. I was just like, I just remember the other night when I held up that battery, and I bet it's the same damn battery. It's not, it's dead, you guys. It's flashing, so I got 2 dead batteries. So anyway, I gotta get off here because the battery is gonna die like any minute. But anyway, because almost didn't last the other day. What is tomorrow? Saturday. I hope you guys are having an amazing Saturday, unless you have other plans. But like I always say, don't have other plans. Enjoy your day. Make the most of it. Do something fun. Do something enjoyable. If nobody else has told you this today, oh, and life is not a dress rehearsal. If nobody else has told you this today, do something kind and compassionate for somebody else as well. Just a random act of kindness, and don't tell anybody. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you. Look at yourself in the mirror every single day and make sure that you let yourself know how important yourself is. How important you are to yourself. Do positive affirmations. Tell yourself good things about yourself. Treat yourself the best that you possibly can. Treat yourself as good as you would treat somebody else. Look at yourself and say, I love you. And most importantly, pass it on and let somebody else know how important they are to you. And I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.